Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jagotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jagotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jagotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jagotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the Age of Clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I don't need sleep. All I need is a good case to follow.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
I will find them. I will save them. Actions speak louder than words, boy.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
If we have to fight, we will fight together.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires.
Last time on Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Bert told the heroes a story about his dream last night, where the various ghosts of Battenrance Hall appeared and started beating the absolute hell out of each other. Our heroes said that Bert probably needed a break the first chance they got, and said that they would talk to the ghosts about that, and promptly didn't. After purchasing various upgrades for Battenrance Hall, mostly defenses for the war that was no doubt going to come their way soon, Trevlon revealed his deal with the Being of Knowledge, and, to show off his new powers, went out to the training grounds for a spar with Malifane, who went super hard and just beat the hell out of Trevlon. Malifane wasn't all that apologetic, saying that he was determined now to act rather than spend too much time thinking and deliberating, in the hopes that this would finally get him and Esgal to reunite. Our heroes then decided to finally visit the tavern they had bought so long ago, the Noble Stoat, and get a few drinks, where they met up with the tavern boy serving them, Wickby, whom Momo seemed to have some sort of crush on, and overheard a conversation between Rayana Kiki and several Okiti, wondering what they were going to do now that their captain was dead. Momo later asked Rayana about what he had overheard, and she explained that Okiti colonies from all across Irion were mobilizing to support their new captain, Jemvik, and make a war party. She hoped that he wouldn't turn into a horrifying water thing like Captain Vincent had, and relayed the story of how that had come to pass. Apparently, Captain Vincent had made the deal when he was backed into a corner off the coast of the city of Blindvault, west of Irion. Going below deck, he emerged as a monstrous thing of water and death, sinking all the ships around him and saving the Okiti crew. Since then, they had been working to find a way to reverse whatever happened to him and find out exactly what it was. But with his death, it was too late for that, and the Okiti were now back into the corner again. Meanwhile, Corellian and Kailani oversaw construction on the new wine cellar, and Kailani admitted that with tensions rising at the City of Shimmering Lights between the Merrow and the Kobolds, it was highly likely that soon he would be called away to serve his city. Discussing their next move at dinner, our heroes admitted that they couldn't come to some sort of consensus, but they knew more information about the City of Shimmering Lights than they did about Ashran Alora. Corellian took a drunken Trevlon back to his room, And Trevlon, in his drunken haze, admitted that he took the deal because he felt weak, for not being able to see the signs of Rankol's betrayal. And with this power, he might finally be able to do something, to fight effectively alongside his comrades, and to learn the secrets and stop them before any other dramatic twists happened. He also asked when Corellian was going to ask Annabelle out, and a very flustered Corellian said the relationship wasn't like that and quickly left. Meanwhile, Momo and Malifane had a chat by the riverside, where Momo also felt like he was weak. Malifane couldn't help but disagree and said that people weren't lying when they said that the Aarakocra was strong, and they further conversed about fate and the choices they made. It was then that Malifane offered Momo his old shortbow, and the offer to train him in the use of it. However, their chat was rather loud for being in the middle of the night, and woke up their friend Ari, who told them to please take their loving chat somewhere else, as she was rather busy muttering that the Marrow she was now living alongside were all monsters and cultists. Though Momo and Malifane, for whatever reason, decided that this was not important and just left. Maybe they'll deal with it in the morning. Malifane, however, had a dream. In a completely black and white wood, a battle between men, elves, and hobgoblins, interrupted by a shadow flying overhead and spraying fiery death, annihilating the battlefield. As charred bodies fell and crumbled away, Malifane looked to see what the source of all the destruction was, and saw the face of the great dragon Dragotha himself. What could this dream mean? What other stories lie in Batenrance Hall to be uncovered? And will our heroes have time to learn about all of them before war comes again? Find out on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires.
Let's get back to this. Hi, everyone, and I am so sorry. You might notice a lot more shit on screen now. That's because OBS is a basic bitch. Welcome to Fallen Empires. I'm your host, Alex, and I want to die. Here are some people who also want to die. We've got JoJo. We've got Scott.
Ah, well, there's the hall. But where's the dragon?
We've got Atlas.
I want to stand on the surface of the sun.
And we've got Walrus.
Hi, my name is John Firefox, and I'm here to kill you.
Thank you, John Firefox. I appreciate this so much.
The year is 20XX. Fox only.
Fox, oh god. Fox only.
Final destination.
Priority.
And stop freaking sassing me about my Discord notifications, Queen. I will shame you in the chat.
He'll do it. He's not afraid.
No, I am not.
I would. Don't tempt him, man. Just don't.
Don't tempt him.
Man on the edge.
So, when last we left off, I realized I also need to put my frickin' playlist app on the other monitor, so none of you see, whoops, there's a bunch of spoiler shit over here. None of you saw anything. I hate this so much.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Atlas.
So when last we left off, Malifane had a really wonderful dream last night. Yeah. It was really fun. A lot of people died and were set on fire, or worse, and there was a dragon.
There's a dragon?
There's a dragon.
Dragon!
Dragon!
Dragon! I mean, wait. Dragon!
It's very good.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, more Trogdor theme. But luckily, he woke up, as so often happens at Batenrance Hall, to the sound of construction noises.
Ah, the calming sound of construction.
Alex.
Yes?
Would Malifane have enough context to know who or what the fuck that was anyways?
Absolutely! Stories of Dragotha are really common, especially, like, it's only been 30 years since he died, so everyone's like, Guys, you remember the giant dragon who basically destroyed 90% of Irion? Yeah, let's watch out for that.
Well, good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Malifane wakes up in a cold sweat.
All right.
Anyone else?
Anyone else awake?
I think Trevlon would probably be still getting used to the fact that he's had a horrible Eldritch Demon being his friend now. I think he's kind of just paging through and writing in the book these past few days. Not really paying attention whether or not he sleeps. So he's probably awake.
Krilling's probably been waking up on the earlier side, so I'm probably already down at the table.
Momo's probably still asleep by now.
All right, Momo is a sleepy bitch as everyone else goes down for breakfast.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, morning.
Morning, you look... Well, you don't look too good.
I don't feel too good.
Well,
let's wait until everyone else gets down. I feel like this is something everyone should know. Perhaps.
so it's...
Oh, did you
that
make
kind of not good.
Did you make contact with an Eldritch Demon like I did?
No, nothing like that.
Is it just as bad?
Possibly.
Oh, that's good. I'm looking forward to that. Fun news. Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have a massive hangover, Trevlon.
Here's the thing. The only thing that really gives me hangovers is coffee, and I don't know why. My body's just like... I feel like I'm constantly in a state of perpetual hangover misery, and whenever I drink coffee and I feel, oh, I'm awake, that's basically my body just telling me, oh, this is what being normal feels like. If you feel anything other than pain right now, you're going to start questioning your very existence, lad. So...
Have I ever told you
get
that
a
you
hangover
concern me?
I've been told that by many people.
How on earth do you even get a hangover from coffee?
That's the thing. I don't think it's a hangover. I think it's just me being normal for once, and my body is retroactively giving myself a hard time.
I think it's worth looking into that, perhaps.
My biology is a mess. I haven't seen a doctor in a very long time. Don't intend to do one so soon. I think my body is a temple, and I feel fine. Ish. I feel
Your
fine.
Your body is
I
a
feel fine.
temple, says the person who,
Right. Sometimes a demon goes into the temple and says hello. That's okay. This happens.
concerning at all.
Not concerning. Exactly.
Not concerning. Yeah.
You
Here's
get
the
it.
church, and here's the steeple. Open the door, and there's a big monster man.
Less of a big monster man and more a floating pile of words.
So, tentacles then?
Oh god, no. Hopefully not. I hope not. I only seen the guy once. I suppose I'll find out the next time I pay him a visit if I do that.
I'm gonna go see if Momo's awake.
Yeah, get our bird friend.
I will trudge up the stairs and knock on Momo's door.
You hear like a and then he opens the door. Morning.
Morning. You feeling alright?
Yeah, what time is it?
Carlene sort of like looks past the door out of your window. Later than usual, judging by the amount of hammering. I don't exactly have a watch.
Sorry. I'll be down in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Well, just to steel yourself, everyone's awake already, and Malifane has news that should wait for everyone, whatever that is.
Another one? Alright. Alright, I'll be down as soon as I can.
Alright.
And he closes the door, and about 2 minutes later, he's like trudging downstairs. Sorry for the wait, guys.
You okay?
I'm alright. I just thought I'd sleep in today. What's going on?
Breakfast for starters. What are we having, anyways?
That's a very good question. You are having... well, you're basically having scrambled eggs. That is what they got today.
Okay.
Nice.
Sick.
Pass some over, please.
I enjoy my scrambled eggs.
So, my friend Malifane. What's up? What happened? Tell us everything.
Yeah, Carlian told me that you had something to say to us.
Oh boy. First, I want to start off by prefacing that dream I had back in the pits about the monster clearly came to fruition. That creature was in fact Old Ran, or Rancor. That wasn't just a dream, that was a vision.
Oh?
Yes.
That said, I'm starting to wonder if these dreams that we're having are more than just coincidence. I had another one of them last night, and I'm a bit concerned.
Well, do tell. What's it about?
I dreamt of a forest, flashes of a fight, and fire and flame, elves and humans and goblins, and then, amongst it all, you might recall the name Dragotha, a red dragon.
Yep. Rings a big bell.
If the dream of Rancor was a vision, I shudder to think what might be yet to come.
Bert, as he passes by the breakfast table, overhears this and calls out, that sounds a little bit like the Massacre of Mobbiz.
Thank you. Massacre,
Would Trevor be able to roll the history to see what he knows about the massacre of Mobbiz?
Can I help with that?
Yes.
No, not that it's any of my business.
Disadvantage because of the pun.
okay?
Hey.
Rip and skip, bro!
Whoops.
yeah, if this fails, I'm going to roll.
I'm considering actually giving you disadvantage because it could be pretty interesting to see if
I would
none of you fuckers...
I would not like that. I wouldn't like that. Please, Alex. Please, treat your good boy with the rest of it to love. Please.
Am I getting disadvantage too?
You didn't make the pun.
For once.
For once. 21.
Yeah.
And 13.
Oh, 21. Oh, you didn't give him this. Okay.
I'm being nice for once in my life.
I'll never make a pun again.
Oh, ignore my 13. Then I thought you were... Okay. Anyways.
Okay. 21. You've heard of it. It was a massacre. And mostly you've heard of the location known as the Mobbiz Brush around southeast of Irion. It used to be the Mobbiz Forest.
Ah. Presumably that burnt quite thoroughly to the ground.
Oh yeah, 100% it did.
How long ago was that?
31 years ago.
You, Mal, you just looked at something that happened in the past. The Massacre of Mobbiz is horrible battle where people tried to fight Dragoth. It went great. The Mobbiz Forest became the Mobbiz Brush because Dragoth's flames kind of did a number on it. But it happened a while ago. So I don't know what that means.
If that wasn't clairvoyance, How on earth would we remember something that hasn't...
Bert passes by again with a plate of scrambled eggs. Now that I think about it, I think Maggie might have been there.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I heard the name Lionforge before. So it's a long family name, but I think it kind of stopped doing stuff after the massacre at Nobis.
Oh.
Goodness.
Maybe we can ask her. Maybe this... Well, that's the thing. Maybe this is less of a, bit of clairvoyance and more of a point in a good direction. Who knows? Maybe we might find something useful.
You
Whatever
think so?
Well, whatever it is, some investigation is definitely worth looking into.
Who was Maggie's friend? The person that she came with when she first arrived in Bambrance?
Give me a moment on that. Let me think.
Because it's been like 30 episodes and we've not met the motherfucker.
Stop breaking the fourth wall.
Shh. It is. I'm speaking to the book. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm recording my life episodically.
Yelkan.
Yelkan. Why?
Elf of-
Why don't we go and speak to them first? Might be an idea, just because we don't know what Maggie Lionforge is. Well, we know that she's a strong and very scary lady that I would not want to tangle with, but we don't know how to really broach certain subjects with her. Certainly, I don't know how any of us would really go about talking to her about a horrible massacre with a dragon, but maybe this guy could. He was traveling with her with a reason, right? Maybe he knows more about her than we do.
Any of them would know more than we do. It's
That's
definitely worth
for
a
sure.
shot.
All right. You'll want to chat to Yelkan then? And see if we can talk to Maggie after?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, I'll go along.
Same here.
Okay. You all head out and start looking for Yelkin. You find him in one of the built houses. He is currently sitting on a bed looking to be in some sort of trance.
Oh dear.
Elves don't sleep. You know that,
Right.
right? Might be
Right.
meditation.
Oh, that's true.
It is meditation.
What's the best way to wake this person up? Trevlon politely coughs to try and see if that'll do the trick.
Okay. He doesn't move.
Can I roll
Yeah?
Arcana?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I feel like I should know this, but I don't remember.
You look at Yelkin. You're not sure if there's magic afoot with this elf. What were you saying? You should know this, Malifane?
Oh, that's stop talking. Sorry.
Okay.
It's like
Malifane, your dad was an elf. Elves don't sleep. They fall into trances.
Well, I said that already, but I don't know how they would wake from a trance.
I mean, same as you would wake anyone else up. Actually, if I recall correctly, kind of sort of aware-ish. It's been a while. Anyway.
Okay. Who wants to try and shake some sense into?
I'll do
Will-
it.
Oh, okay.
Please don't shake anyone.
I'm not going to shake him.
Oh, good.
I used to wake up Orias all the time, so I'm basically a pro.
Be gentle with this.
I know. He goes over and gently rubs his shoulder. Excuse me?
Eventually, one eye opens, looks around, sees all of you. Yelkin sighs and goes, "What?"
Yelkin, right?
Yeah.
We've not really met properly. Hi, my name's Trevlon Bluequill.
Yeah.
How much do you know about Maggie Lionfall?
A bit.
Do you know about the massacre of Marley?
He's silent for a few seconds and then goes, yeah.
Could you tell us about it and how it related to her?
Yeah.
We would have. We
And
would
then
have
he
asked
closes his eye.
directly. Oh, would you please tell us now, if possible?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
is it not something you're comfortable discussing?
You always talk this much?
Yeah.
Yelkin, sir, if I may, last evening I had this vision of the fight of Mabi. Yeah, words. I'm sorry.
Take your time.
Last evening I had this image I had this vision of the massacre of Mabiz. If I had this vision, I'm worried about possible events that are yet to come. If there's anything you could tell us at all, it would really be appreciated.
Huh. And he is quiet once again.
Trevlon, I'd like to see if Trevlon could roll persuasion on this next.
Okay. He is impressed by your dice roll.
Fair enough. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
dude, I believe in you.
We appreciate that it's not a particularly pleasant topic, but we wouldn't want to confront Maggie directly with this unless we knew exactly what we were getting into. And yeah.
He slightly smiles. You scared of her?
Of course. I mean, not not in a bad way. She's a very strong and
She cuts
I
an
guess
intimidating
intimidating.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We also don't want to make her uncomfortable if it's something that's hard to talk about.
She's always uncomfortable.
Fair point.
She's dealt with worse things than a bunch of curious folk.
You think it would be a wise? Okay, well, yeah, we can ask her. Okay. Before we leave, by the way, I don't know anything about you. I don't think any of us do.
Yeah.
What's your story, friend? That was horrible. What's up with you? That's even worse. Hi, what's up?
What can
Let's
you
stick
tell
with
us
that.
about you?
Thank you, Malifaux.
Wow. You all really talk this much. Okay.
I certainly do.
We woke the man up from his sleep. Let's let him get back to it.
Well, all right, fine. I'll be chat later. You've seemed very interesting, and I'd love to hear more from you. Yeah.
We apologize for interrupting your meditation. And then I, kind of start to move away, and I leave the room.
Everyone tips his hat and does the same.
I'd say it's hard to get a read on him, but to be fair, as Corellian said, we did just wake him up.
I got the impression that Yelkin is often like that.
Well,
mean,
he
think
was
about it
like
this-
that when he first came in, along with the rest of the refugees
Yeah.
from Farfield, so...
And even Maggie's come to talk to us at least once. Yelkin seems quite solitary.
You think he's reclusive?
Well,
There's a reason that he's like that.
we'll have to know. We'll have to find out the next time we have a little chat with him. I for one, am quite interested in well, I'll do it.
Some people just like to live and let live, I guess. I kind of get that vibe from Yelkin myself, but...
Well,
So are we gonna make good on that, find Maggie and attempt to talk to her thing, or...
Let's do it.
Right.
Hopefully she's awake.
All right. Since it is currently the early morning, Maggie is currently on watch in what constitutes the watchtower. It is currently heavily under construction, so she's about halfway up rather than at the very top.
I thought for a moment you were going to say she's standing on construction, and I got very confused.
She's not that stupid.
She's a smart girl. Leave her alone.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Okay.
Miss Lionforge, if we could have a word.
What?
Malifane had an interesting dream, vision thing last night. He was wondering if he could talk to you.
She turns and stares directly at Malifane.
And for the sake of saving time, I'm just going to say that he repeats to her everything that he told the group earlier.
She sighs, pulls a flask out from her coat, starts chugging it. Well, first off, let me squash your expectation and say I have no idea why the hell you'd be dreaming of that. Second off, that is not a particular part of my life I look back on with any fondness.
I wouldn't assume anyone would. It's a living nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah. Elves and humans stopped killing each other long enough to team up, wipe out this band called the Scarlet Snakes before they did some dumb shit with the Night Serpent or whatever. Decided to make good on the opportunity, keep the team up happening, take out a band of hobgoblin mercenaries that were giving Alerion some trouble. Band called Tars Legion. We managed to flank them, send them to the southeast. Got him into the forest, elves' home terrain. Figured it would be a pretty easy job from there. I was at the front lines, engaging Captain Tarth himself. And then there was this roar. Shadow fell over the forest, and everything burned. While we were busy fucking about, dealing with whatever band of mercenaries or neutral parties we could, there was a dragon out there, raining untold destruction and death upon our home. I am never going to forget those screams. When my vision started clearing up, all I could see was fire and ash and smoke. And then it cleared some more. Found myself under a pile of bodies. And that's when I finally started getting out of the numbness and realized I was screaming too. I may have survived, but she reaches for her eye patch, pulls it up, and underneath is just this charred and blackened socket. Completely gone is her eye. It is just burned down to a blackened skull.
Oh.
Little asshole got a piece of me too. She puts it back on. Took me 6 hours to crawl out from the pile of corpses. And you can count on 2 hands the number of people that survived there.
Good God.
Well, I really hope this isn't a premonition then, Malifane.
Malifane is just thinking to himself.
If it is a premonition, Malifane, I can I have a hunch about how it might come about. I think we need to talk about that at some point when the time.
Well, if it is, then I expect they'll come to me. Oh yeah, they did. They gave me pats on the back, condolences, bunch of medals for doing nothing but not managing to die. Called me a hero. And as you can see, that sort of lifestyle obviously isn't gonna work out for me. So here I am, waiting for the next time they call me out there to fight and probably die. And if this thing that you saw in your dream is a premonition, hell of a way to go. She chugs her flask again.
If you don't mind me asking, Maggie, you mentioned something about an involvement with the Scarlet Snakes. Do you know by any chance what their role was in all of this?
Yeah. Bunch of, elves and rangers all gathered together in some dark corner of the forest. Made a deal with some devil or whatever, saying he could help him awaken the Night Serpent. Obviously that wasn't gonna fly. We kinda like our sun where it is, so wiped him out.
Rancor?
Sorry, say that again. You're a little quiet, kid.
Rancor?
I'm sorry, what?
Maggie, whereabouts? Is there a particular place in the in Mabis where they were located? Where they had a home base or anything like that?
Oh, no, sorry. They were not in Mabis. They made their home in the Hollow Wood.
Where is that exactly? Is that on the map of Irion, if I may ask?
Directly southwest of Baylight.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna add a little tick box next to that one because that's.
That would make sense.
I mean,
It is home to a number of mercenary guilds, after all.
it is, but before we make any conclusions about current proceedings and what happened there, we'll talk about that first. Maggie, thank you for telling us this. It was important that we knew, and I think it's going to be helpful. For what it's worth, I don't think I would. I don't think I trust anyone else leading the guard around here. I think if everybody had half the wisdom that you had, then we would be in a much less war-torn world.
It ain't fun, but it happens. Most we can do is survive and hopefully keep all of us intact.
That's the goal, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie.
I should also emphasize that Trevelyan has been writing all of that down as it's been going on.
Malifane noted the information about the snakes in his journal.
Can I get a word with you all just before we continue on with today's proceedings?
Of course.
Sure.
You do that, I'll be keeping an eye out.
Have a good day.
Catch you later, Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie.
Okay, and you all step away, leaving Maggie to go back to watch.
Right. Okay. I know what you're all thinking. I know, or at least I know what Momo's thinking. We're making the assumption that the thing that Rancor is trying to bring into this world and take power from is Dendar.
But what would he use it for? He already said what he would use it for.
That's the thing. The last time that we believed that the Scarlet Snakes were at the root of everything, I don't know. I don't think we should follow the Scarlet Snake's lead as closely as we did last time. I do think it's important that we perhaps pay a visit to Baylight if the time comes, and perhaps visit where the Scarlet Snakes were doing their dirty deals. But I think we also need to try and think outside the box as to what Rancor might summon if it wasn't Dendar.
Well, I mean, he specifically said it was the old voice, whatever that was. If he had a name for it, and if it was Dendar, I'd assume he'd be calling it the Night
Exactly.
Elf. So,
That's we still don't know what the old voice is, and that's bothering the shit out of me. I met the knowledge, but
Didn't Glenquinol
I'm still-
mention something about that?
I'm surprised.
Glenquinol did. Geisel's written about it a whole bunch. But it's not like we can ever get either of those folks on the horn at the moment.
Why didn't we gather information from him when we... Then again, actually...
Yeah, we were literally in the
Why
middle
didn't
of
we
a civil
gather
war
information
now.
from him? Here's Cannonball firing outside.
Yeah.
Cannonball fire
Scott
thunder,
having a brain
please.
well, he also mentioned it way before we knew that it was, well, anything.
I'm sorry. Scott is having a brain fart.
The Fallen Empire's
It's okay,
cast
we
has
always
one brain cell and they all have to share.
Speaking of which, it's
Get
my
the
turn to use it.
So, okay. I think, whilst we're out and about and doing our business, we really need to figure out what Rancor is trying to summon. Be aware that it might not be Dendar, and that for what we know and what everybody knows, the Scarlet Snakes are good and dead. Okay?
Agreed.
I just wanted to make that clear. The second thing I wanted to make clear to everyone is this. On the priority list of people who are probably the most dangerous things out here, Steyavana Rothart is second. And I'll tell you why now. Steyavana was directly responsible for resurrecting one known dragon, right?
Right.
Mal's just had a vision about the other one that is exceptionally powerful, and, well, if Steyavana wants to make a second go of resurrecting a dragon, I know where she'd look. And having another bout of Dragotha, that's bad.
You don't need to tell us that.
So that's my... Mal, if your dream was a vision, I think it's that. I think it's that if we get a whiff of movement on anywhere where anything Dragotha related, we have to really keep an eye on it.
Do any of you remember where exactly Dragotha fell?
Can I roll history?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, sure.
Got it.
Oh god.
I don't fucking know.
I got this.
You think Dragotha fell in some place called White Plume Mountain?
What?
Yeah, it
I
seems
got
like it would
it.
happen in some far-off realm known as Grey Hawk or whatever.
Ah.
Oh, like the Greater Hawk Steps? Okay, gotcha.
Got it!
I'm
Um,
just gonna roll
Blue
now.
Station.
Someone want to assist me with this?
Yeah, I'll do that, buddy.
Thank you. I love you. Okay, history.
Do it! Yeah!
Okay, 25!
Yay!
That is enough to know the rough area in which Dragotha fell. It is
I'll
quite
take it.
affectionately known as the Wastes of Dragotha. It is in the far southeast of Irion. Let me actually get you to the map so that I can ping
I was
roughly where
just
those
about
is.
to ask.
Yay, the map.
Whoa.
See where the JPEG artifacted dragon is?
I do!
I have a feeling that's what it could be. Call it a hunch.
Possibly.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps. Well.
See
Who
that
knows?
spot right- Yeah,
Yeah, that.
that's the
Hor-
place where he.
Yeah. We're going to be probably heading towards the city of Shimmering Light soon, so if we get the opportunity, it might be an idea to have a look. See if there's something
In the
interesting
exact,
happening there.
like, opposite direction of the city of Shimmering Lights.
That is the
Is
exact
it?
opposite direction, yes.
Well, eat my ass.
Nice.
Sorry, it's my turn on the brain cell.
No, I just got it.
Basically, any way but directly there is the opposite way of the wastes of Dragatha from where you guys are.
Fantastic.
Thanks to the way that
Speaking
Irion
of
set
the-
up.
Speaking of the city of Shimmering Lights, I actually was going to check up on Ari and chat with her a little bit, so
Cool.
unless anyone wants to come, see you later.
I think
I'm
might
probably gonna-
I need to issue her an apology. Well, looks to Momo.
Apology?
A couple of us, two of us, need to issue an apology.
What did you do?
What?
Woke
Oh,
her
right.
up from her beauty sleep.
Yeah. We took a little walk. We were talking a bit loud, I guess, and we woke her up and yeah. She wasn't too happy with us.
It's not just that, though. There's something she said that I want to press her about.
Oh?
Well, maybe don't press her too hard, you know.
I mean, she's already kind of peeved at us already, so
Yeah,
maybe
she
pressing
said.
her about information isn't the best time for that.
We'll see how she's feeling.
Whilst you guys are doing that, I'm probably going to head to the tavern to check out our new information network. There's some things I want to figure out.
I'm actually gonna tag along with you, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Oh, no, you don't.
What?
You were in this too.
Let him go if he wants to.
Thank you, Corellian.
You're welcome.
Alright.
Malafane,
I'll
just
apologize on my own time.
yeah, Malafane. I'm a master of apologizing for my family, for my younger family's mistakes. Just act like they really, really mean it, and it will be great.
If you say so.
You have to,
And
you have to
then-
make sure that your face really expresses that. Real big puppy dog eyes, like just.
Go on, give us a demo right now.
Trevor takes off his glasses, sort of.
Oh, I meant Malafane, but
Oh! No.
I'm not
All right,
the most
show us how it's done.
expressive person.
You guys haven't seen nothing yet. Check this out.
Those are pretty impressive puppy dog eyes. Trevlon.
They really are. Damn.
I feel guilty already.
Wow.
For
I don't
nothing.
know
Exactly.
what I feel guilty
That's-
about,
that's
though.
good.
I
Take that
want
as
to-
inspiration.
I want to try. So Momo like kind of prepares himself. He's like,
Good effort.
You, do you know that old Pixar short film, For the Birds, when the tiny
Yes.
birds are just puffing out their feathers? That's kind of what you do, Momo.
Go on, Malafane. Give us a demo.
I don't know.
see if you can do better.
Why not?
Okay.
Do it.
Damn, you're a
Trevor.
natural. Do you often feel guilty about
Yeah.
things?
From the watchtower,
Trevor cries.
What's that supposed to mean?
from the watchtower, you hear, "Hot damn, kid, who hurt you?"
Malafane, you do that, you'll be just fine. I need to go and get the information. I need the information. It's too beautiful and sad. Goodbye.
Okay. Right. Sure.
You'll do fine. I'm sure she'll forgive you.
Right. Okay. But you better be ready for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll talk with.
I kind of like look at Corellian, look at Trevlon, and I just go like, huh?
It's,
You know what?
You're not in trouble. I promise. Just We'll talk
Okay,
later.
that's the one thing I'm concerned about nowadays.
Momo, in my experience, it's best to just let Malaphane's plans just hit you when they come.
Momo kind of like quietly gives a 2 thumbs up.
Hey, you guys are the last people I'm going to be hitting.
Oh God,
That doesn't sound.
that's very ominous.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Last.
see you all midday, I guess.
Right, let's just go. Go.
Take care.
Let's do this.
This is why I don't have good social skills. As he walks off.
I don't know, the performance is great.
The performance was really nice. And since Corellian and Malaphane spoke up first about their destination, we're going to start there. As you head down to the river on the outskirts of Baton Rant's land, spend, I'd say like 10-20 minutes looking, and eventually find Ari, who is busy diving and catching some fish, putting them in a basket by the riverbank.
Any particular reason?
Because it's almost lunchtime and I'm hungry, says Ari.
Fair enough.
Reason
Everyone's
enough.
got to eat.
Just wanted to check in, see how you were doing.
As well as I can be, I suppose.
Yeah, we put in an order to get one of the houses converted into something that would be more comfortable for you, so hopefully that'll be done.
Yeah. Sorry about last night, by the way. They probably the best spot to be having a chat. It won't happen again.
Yeah, inside voices are a thing, so if you keep that in mind for the next time, that would be fine.
Duly noted.
And also much appreciated on the house situation. It would be nice to not have to spend time out in the wilderness sleeping.
Oh, actually, one of my friends, I guess, one of our Marrow, Kailani, he was asking about you and was oh?
Of course you're friends with the Marrow. Of course you are.
I mean, Kailani did us a good turn, but why do you say it like that?
Actually, that's wanted to ask. Ari, I may have not given it much thought yesterday, but did you say something yesterday about Marrow and cultists?
That I did.
If it's okay with you, would you be able to elaborate a bit on that?
Well, since apparently no one's told you, despite the fact that you're living with them, I suppose it does fall to me, says Ari, climbing up from the riverside, leaning next to her fish basket. See, long time ago, back in the old country, there wasn't a whole lot of difference between the seafaring races. Merfolk like myself and Marrow used to be just one people, and then the Marrow decided to dive really, really deep. It was there that they found an idol to the Prince of Demons. And the idiots that they are, they decided it would be a really good idea to worship the Prince of Demons. Flash forward several hundred years, they come back mad as a damn hatter, mutated into monsters, eating and killing everything they come across. And sure, they may put on a good act now. They may say, oh, we don't worship the Prince of Demons anymore. We're trying to settle in with the City of Shimmering Lights, try something new for a change, but they're not different. Deep down inside, they're still the same insane, hungry monsters they always were.
You said that this was a long time ago. Do you know specifically how long ago this might have?
Oh god, this was like in the ancient days of the Ten Realms. Thousands of years, probably.
And if you don't mind me asking, what is this Prince of Demons?
Make a religion check, because that's common enough that he would show up in a couple of different stories.
Fair enough. Make sure I don't have a van. Okay. Religion.
I'll help you.
Cool.
Okay.
I have a 7.
You have a 7 in religion. That's actually pretty good for a rogue.
Yeah.
He's a reader.
You don't know a lot of specifics about the Prince of Demons, because those stories never really interested you, but you do know he also goes by the name Demogorgon.
Okay. Malifane looks to Corellian at this. Do you know?
And after you ask Ari what she knows about Demogorgon, I'm just going to assume she knows a fair amount, take a 10 on whatever her religion score is, and say,
All right.
well, being the Prince of Demons, obviously he is a master of chaos, evil, bloodshed, and the like. Fun times, basically.
None too pleasant, then.
Huh. Yeah, from what we were told, which obviously wasn't the entire story, they worshipped something entirely different. I can't quite recall the name off the top of my head, but definitely no mentions of princes of demons.
Let me guess, it's the Nereid, isn't it?
Yes.
That ain't much better, I can tell you that.
How so?
Let me put it like this. Arista didn't used to be that huge.
Oh.
And would it be a leap in logic to say that what you said earlier about eating everything in sight maybe apply to her?
I would say that when you're that big, you throw in anything delicious enough and it'll look like bait.
Well, shit. Well, now we know we got even luckier than we thought we did a few months ago.
Still not quite the most pleasant story.
Well, no. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ari, very much. Appreciate it.
Of course, she says, and starts sticking a fish on a stick and roasting it over a fire.
So what are your thoughts on all this? This is kind of a bit of a change in events.
A bit? Well, I think that if we are heading out to the City of Shimmering Lights next, maybe it would be more prudent of us, if we bring it up at all. I don't even know if we should, but if we bring it up, maybe on the road when we have a bit of an advantage. I hate to say it so callously like that, but
It's not exactly something that's the most casual. It's certainly something worth bringing up, though. Going to do about monarchy.
that is definitely a question that would be above my proverbial pay grade, but we're gonna have to end up picking one side or the other. I mean, there's only really one way that it crumbles at this point. Kobolds on one end, the Marrow on the other. Marrow, the people who would let their own folk be beset by Blackwater and die, and then the kobolds. Well, I'm sure I don't need to remind you about what happened.
Considering the events that happened, I don't know if I feel comfortable taking any side.
Well, I have to try and figure something out. Say, if you're heading into the library anytime soon, maybe you take a look into the whole Demogorgon. Didn't you order a bunch on the races of Irion,
That's right.
a while ago?
That's right, I did.
Yeah, if you happen to take a look, maybe you should just let us know.
I suppose it would be worth a look. Alrighty then. Thank you, Corellian, for accompanying me. Or, I mean, I guess I accompanied... Thank you.
It's fine. And, I'll probably try and spend some time overseeing the house conversion to get that done sooner rather than later for Ari.
Alex, how's the specialty farm?
Okay, the specialty farm, you have 6 days left until the base farms happen, and then 10 days until the specialties are done. As for what you're currently overseeing, there is the wine cellar expansion, siege defenses, Ari's dance tank, and the tavern secret exit. So if
sorry,
you
to
want
clarify, did we not order for one of the houses to be converted?
You did order a house to be converted,
Okay.
but this is the stuff you are currently overseeing to make it go faster.
Alright, thank you, sorry.
I think I'll take a look at the library tomorrow. We need to still focus on those defenses while we can.
Sounds good to me.
The sooner we can get Baton Rents protected, better. I'll talk to you later, Corellian.
Yeah, cheers. In that case, I'll switch my focus from the wine cellar to the conversion for Ari.
Cool. Alright. As you go off to oversee some construction until around midday, we now go to Momo and Trevlon at the tavern. Being that it is the morning, it is a lot less busy than it was the last time you went here. Mostly it's just a bunch of people sitting down having lunch and... Actually, no, the lunch is not served here, but they do serve snacks, so that's what they were having for lunch. I had to double check.
Snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts and pork scratching.
Hell yeah, beer and pretzels.
That's the
I
stuff.
fucking love pretzels, man. I think I'll help myself to a little bowl of pretzels.
Good
Cool.
choice. Trevlon, as this is happening, Trevlon would like to go to the little door. He saw the people go in and knock politely. These are the information network, by the way.
Cool. The door leads into a management office, and a very groggy-looking half-orc opens the door. Yeah.
Evening. Well, morning, in fact. God, I have a bad sense of time. Name's Trevlon. I was wondering if I could get some information.
About what?
Situation in Dendor, specifically what is happening over there, like tension-wise, whether or not there are any battles happening, and Ashen Allura, if possible. They're setting the defenses north instead of south, where the lizard folk are. We want to know why.
Alright. Well, unfortunately, since you seem to be talking about the little rumor mill we got going on here, it just got set up yesterday and is going to need some time to, get rumors back to us.
Fair.
As I double check the radius of where they can go, anything from Baylight or the City of Shimmering Light or wilderness around there. Sorry, not No. Let me back up. Anything from Baylight or Port Mirandu, I could see what rumors we brought up there, but anything beyond that, you're going to have to wait a few days for word to come back.
Fair. All right. You know what? I am interested in Baylight and Port Mirandu. What's the scoop, I guess?
Right, well, apparently some assassin tried to go after the Jack of Diamonds over in Baylight. You do know who the Jack of Diamonds is, right?
Can I roll history to figure out if I know that?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, so, since you've recently dealt with the Four Kings, you've got them a little bit on the mind. The Four Kings mercenary group is named after the four leaders of the various branches. Among them is the Jack of Diamonds.
Oh god, that's a hell of a hit to try and make. How'd that?
It went poorly, but he ran off into the night, apparently yelling "whoop whoop 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 whoop."
Yeah. The assassin? Or
Yeah, the assassin. No,
Right.
Jack of Diamonds ain't in any shape for running.
How old is the Jack of Diamonds?
We try not to ask.
Ah, that's pleasant. Whoop 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 whoop. Is that the base?
That is exactly what they said. The guy who let me know made sure to say it was, in fact, whoop 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 whoop, so it must have been very important to him.
That's peculiar. Can I roll nature to figure out if that's a particular animal?
Sure! You know of no animal that says whoop 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 and looks humanoid.
Well, that's odd. Okay, sweet. Cool. Nice. Excellent. Huh. Well, that's good to know. Good to hear that there's some crazy things happening down in Baylight, as usual. What about Port Mirandu?
Port Mirandu, people are still trying to clean that place up. Apparently, even though their first infernal machine broke, they're setting up more battle machines just in case Okidi come back and they aren't going to be friendly.
God, I really hope we talk some sense into them. We'll find that out, I guess. Oh boy. Alright, cool. So a few days, did you say, for word out on everywhere else?
Yeah, not only do we have to send people out there listening for information, but they also have to, get back and alive.
Right. Well, that's good to know. Okay, well, I hope they manage to, not die.
I mean, that is the general assumption, that we hope they don't die, yes.
Trevlon passes over 4 gold and says, "This has been useful. Cheers."
Much obliged. And then he closes the door.
Fantastic. Oh shit, I should have asked. Next time I'm going to ask him his name. Trevlon heads back to the bar where Momo is.
How'd it go?
Nothing new when it came to Ashnalor or Demdor. Baylight, Jack of Diamonds, who's one of the titular 4 kings, nearly got assassinated. Assassin failed. Assassin failed and went whoop, 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 into the night. That's not a bit. That is verbatim. Can confirm. And yeah, exactly. And currently in Port Mirandu, it's a bit of an uneasy Cold War situation over there. Seems like both sides are setting up to come back. Hopefully we got through to them and they decide to talk first.
I hope so.
I hope so. Right. Trevlon pulls out his Trapfest article from ages ago from his bag and blinks at it, sort of removes his glasses and sort of peers at it. I was kind of annoyed I didn't manage to give this to Golmut the last time I saw him. And again, we're in the middle of a war, so...
Yeah, I wonder why we didn't try to get information and or give things to Golmut G'dongo. Remembers Cannonball?
I don't
Remembers
think
Cannonball.
we could have, even if we wanted to.
I wonder if he made it here. Perhaps he just went somewhere. Perhaps he went here and then came back after the whole business blew over. I'll send this to the journalism office through mail. Do we actually have a mail service in Penrance?
No.
What? Is that a thing we can get?
I can quickly come up with an estimate for how much it would cost.
Yeah, Trevlon immediately is like, "Oh, we need to get some friggin' mail around."
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier if we did.
Right. I'm just thinking what else I can do. Because the information kind of was a bit... I must admit, I am curious about that fight that... Bert mentioned that in his dream that all the ghosts fought. I'm curious if that actually happened. To be honest, I'm fairly certain all the ghosts are going to be a bit ruffled up now that old Batmanrance is back. I kind of want to talk to them all.
Maybe that's a good idea. Tell them what's going on if they don't know already, and see how they feel about it.
I'm fairly certain.
You're not going to be too happy.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not. Definitely not. Fairly certain Jennifer already knows. I mean, she was down there with us when the time came. And Ishka, he's a smart lad. He'll know when things are up. I'm sure they both know. I do want to talk to Jennifer, though. I recognise there's some tension there when it comes to Battenrad's, him being the scoundrel that he is. Jennifer's usually in the stables, right?
That is where you have met her before, yes.
I think when it comes to, this evening I'll go and visit there, but for now, and Trevlon pulls out the grey bardic tome, I think I want to get a firmer understanding of this, and also see if I can look for more information about the old voice, see if Geisel's written anything more specific about what the hell it is. Maybe somebody else who's had this book has written something about it. God knows, I feel like a lot of people have owned this thing. What about you? You want to sit in with me? It's probably going to get really weird whilst I'm doing this. I need to find a quiet space to write stuff down.
No. I'd actually like to see how it works. I've actually been a bit curious about that.
Okay. Well, if I do anything weird, shake me, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
Okay.
Right. And I guess I think Trevlon for this period would like to try and attune to the tone.
Cool. You are already attuned to the Tome of Bardic Lores.
Fully, I suppose. I guess read more about the old voice. I guess try and figure out what it could possibly.
Okay. You flip through thousands of pages looking for what any mention of an old voice. Thousands of pages. This book does not look like it should have thousands of pages, but it does.
It definitely does.
Yep.
Trevlon.
Yes?
Weird question. How did you find your patron? Exactly. Is that the right word for it?
You mean the thing that lives in this?
Yes.
I think I badly explained it the first time I was telling you all. Well, first of all, do you know how this book came into my possession, right?
I don't think I recall now.
It kind of randomly popped up in the library. I assumed that Mr. Fox put it there when we let him in, and he either looked in the library and also may or may not have taken some power from dear old Battenrance. But in retrospect, I don't know if that's the case. This thing seems like a whole entity in itself, which I found out when I was studying it one night, found my name, and was kind of whisked away to a dark place, and I met a thing made of words. And I wrote in it. Like, physically, I took a pen and I just wrote words and, like, basically everything I knew into it. It was strange. The passage of time kind of was slow, but also flew by at the same time. It felt like weeks. But I woke up in the evening, same day. Why do you want to know? Are you curious? Do you know what this might?
Well, no. I was just. He kind of starts fiddling, twiddling his thumbs a little. I don't know. Maybe I was a little interested in finding one for myself or something. I don't know. It's...
Trevlon looks at Momo and strokes his chin and goes, "We've been down a path like this before, mate. Listen, I know that trying to find eldritch power is tempting. I wouldn't recommend it, is the thing. I don't think it would be a good idea for you to... If you're asking to have a little go at this book, don't. I know that I said that this thing would give me power, but... I know it's going to come at a cost. I don't want two of us having to deal with that.
You're right. I've never really seen Malil's power. I just had blind faith, basically. Even then I promised Arias I'd carry out his legacy in the precious work of Malil. But even then, I still feel like a fraud for spreading the word that I don't think I believe in.
I was going to ask you about that. Trevlon closes the book and looks at Momo. Trevlon points at the amulet that Momo has. That's a deity in there. Or at the very least an avatar of one, right?
Right.
That's Serenita.
Correct.
Listen to me. Arias wanted you to spread the world of Malil. I know that. But more than that, Arias wanted you to be you. He wanted you to be the best version of yourself. And I think you're right. I don't know if it's a good idea to be saying you believe one thing that you don't believe in. And I know Arias, you want to make sure that Arias' legacy is protected, but you know what I think? I think that Arias would be proud that you have something, and at this, Trevlon points and presses into the locket, that you have faith in. I'm not a religious sort, Momo, but I really get the impression that Serenita's going to set you right. And I get the impression that if you decided that if you wanted to make her your deity, the thing you believe in, I don't think Arias... Hell, I don't think Malil would begrudge you for it.
I mean, I have seen her, and she has granted me powers that I never thought I would have. Do you really think Arias would be proud of me for that, though?
Arias would be proud of you, period. You have come unimaginably far. And he would just be proud that you're doing the right thing, which you do constantly. And for you, the right thing is being true to yourself. Being true to what you really believe in.
You really think so?
I know so. Might be an idea to have a chat with Serenita the next time you do. Not to say you should do that today. I know that it takes a lot out of her, and we might need her help in the next few wars. But
I don't want to stress her out any more than I already probably have. I know I haven't really known her for that long, but I know I'd do anything I could to help her.
Exactly. When the opportunity presents itself, Momo, I'd say that you be true to yourself. And you tell her that.
Okay. Thanks, Trevlon. I really needed to hear that.
Oh, trust me when I say I'm a combination of very happy and kind of worried that you came to me first. If Shayla heard me saying, maybe you should just kind of think about a different religion, then Shayla would slap me across the face and say, don't cease this.
Well, there are a couple monks at my monastery that probably would have said the same thing.
The thing about faith is, Momo, that it changes. It shifts, but it's important to believe what you believe. And if that belief changes, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're betraying anything. The only thing that would be a betrayal is if you lied to yourself.
That's true. And if I'm going to be honest, I feel like I would be lying to my... I kept telling myself that I believed in Malia. And I don't know if I do anymore.
I think Miliel's out there. I think the way I see it, all deities do their own thing. They all are themselves. Ioun's looking over me, probably a little awkward, looking at me, what my life choice is, but they're all out there. And the thing that gives them power is the belief that they'll help you and that they're there for you. And I think that Serenita will be that for you.
I think so too.
As I say, Miliel, they'll be out there preaching the good. They'll be out there doing their business, doing their good work. And I don't think they'd hate you for being honest.
Thanks, Trevlon.
Cheers. And Trevlon realizes that he has nothing to cheers with and pays for a drink from Momo and himself.
More beer and pretzels! More beer and pretzels!
Yes!
Yes.
What waiters are actually currently working at the tavern right now?
Not Wickby.
We knew you were going to ask that, you son of a gun.
Leave me alone! Okay? Whatever is going on through all of your heads.
Well, that didn't. To be perfectly, you know what? I apologize. I am sorry for reminding you that Momo said Wickby.
All right. So, did you guys want to meet up at midday or at dinner? I just wanted to double check that.
I thought we said midday. That's what I heard Corellian say.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we usually do.
Cool. All right. Then Corellian and Malifane arrive at the tavern where Trevlon and Momo still are.
Hello, guys.
Okay.
Hey, folks.
How's everything going?
Good. We got some information on Port Mirandu and Bayline, actually.
Oh,
You'll never believe this, Malifane. The Jack of Diamonds nearly got assassinated.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Jack of Diamonds. Somebody tried to kill him and failed, and the assassin apparently went whoop 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 and scrambled into the.
Are you messing with me?
No, that was verbatim the message I got sent.
That sounds odd.
How much did we pay for this information network again?
An additional 25 gold per payment period.
Well, okay. On the plus side, in a few days we'll get some more information about Demdor and National Allura as well. So we'll be prepared for new things. It'll be fine. Momo and I were going to have a visit to Jennifer. If you guys wanted to come, we realized that after the whole nightmare with the ghosts, Jennifer's probably feeling something. I think it'd be important to get her perspective on what's going on.
I'd be curious to see how she's doing. I wonder.
What are you thinking, buddy?
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing relevant, anyways.
Speaking of relevant things,
Yes.
and Corellian will relay what they learned from Ari during their little meeting with her concerning the Marrow and their, culty status, supposedly.
Right, that's right. So, we got a little bit of it, as Corellian said, we received a little bit more of that conversation we overheard about the Marrow Momo. So, from what I can remember the Marrow a long while ago used to worship this Prince of Demons, the Demogorgon, I believe it was. And, well, how do I put this? Actually, no, I don't need to put it anyway. I think Ari's words fit. Queen Arista wasn't normally that big.
Really? Can I roll religion to see if I know anything about the Prince of Demons?
Sure, yeah.
Demogorgon knowledge.
Arias did not see fit to instruct you about the Prince of Demons, either when you were at the monastery or when you were going to Irion. He figured, the Prince of Demons is never going to come up. I do not want to fill this tiny bird's head with thoughts of the Prince of Demons.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away from D&D mode.
Yeah. I can look at you and tell that you're going to make some very bad decisions in life, so let's not talk about the Prince of Demons.
Leave me alone!
Do you recall what else she said?
Other than the whole cultist thing, they were not too great. They supposedly no longer worship the Prince of the Deep. The Narrate aren't as good. That was mostly it. Basically, she just thinks that they never really went back on their old ways, and they've been putting on a good face for everyone ever since. It's something to think about, definitely. That's for sure.
Do you think Kailani would know anything about that?
Whether or not Kailani knows anything about it is not the question. It's whether or not he would want to tell us anything about that. That's a hell of a... Think of it this way.
Sorry, go ahead.
Think of it this way. Say you are genuinely like a sinister dude, and you worship demons. You're not going to let anybody know that very easily. And like the other side, say you don't worship demons, and somebody assumes that you do. Neither of those situations are going to be particularly fun conversations.
I mean, he's helped us before. Why wouldn't we trust him now? Why wouldn't he trust us?
The thing is, we've never really talked about Marrow history before. We've talked about their culture at the moment, but I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't be comfortable talking about their past if it's as sordid as you say.
I'm not saying that I distrust Kailani, but that thing about Kailani having helped us before, so did Rancor. I don't want to cast suspicion on. It's just food for thought.
Listen, personally, this is my gut reaction. I think that the Marrow people of Irion are decent folk. But we've always known that the Nereid are dangerous, or at the very least are complicated. The Queen, the first time we went to the City of Shimmering Lights, we watched someone be melted in front of us.
Deboned.
Yeah, and she did that. But that's not to say that she's evil, because hell, she let us live.
I will say this much. If we are going to breach the subject with Kailani, then we'd probably be best to do so while we're on the road. I do know for sure that the other two Marrow who live here aren't going to be going back to the City of Shimmering Lights, so we'd probably have a better opportunity to have a chat with him if we're going back there, which seems like that might end up being our next destination from what the rumors have been and so on and so forth. I don't think that Kailani's delicious.
Given
I
that
agree.
we haven't established any new information from Astronovo, I agree. It's most likely that be our next destination.
Great.
Well,
Right, I have a house construction to oversee, so I'll
I have to
go do
take
that.
care. I have to oversee some defenses, and I have some stuff to take care of. Or else.
Right. You
I
continue
guess-
to be not ominous.
You continue. What is it?
Malifane takes a pause. Apples. And walks out.
Apples is some secret word for something relating to something about him. I don't know.
Escalon,
And-
maybe. I mean,
That's a good point.
could be.
I think you guys are maybe reading a bit too much into it, but
It could literally be just apples.
Could also be that he does like apples.
He really does. Right. Later. See you all tonight.
Have a good
Yeah.
day.
Cool. All right. You all go out to do some overseeing. Trevlon, I'm assuming you're going to the stables to look for Jennifer.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going with him.
Cool. You head over to the stables right as Chicken Bait is slowly waking up. He looks over and sees you as Stone Chicken pecks on his head to point him in your direction. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Hi, Chicken Bait. Did you have a nice rest?
Oh yeah, lot of hammering going on, especially during the middle of the day. Really inconsiderate for people who sleep then.
Yeah.
Yes. Chicken Bait, you haven't seen the well, to put it bluntly, the ghost lady anywhere around here, have you?
I don't think I'd be able to see a ghost. Aren't ghosts invisible?
Oh, they are. Have you heard the ghost lady recently?
He concentrates really hard. His tongue flops out of the side of his mouth.
Nope.
One moment. Trevlon moves to this pen where Snowball would be and takes out his lamp of revealing.
Okay. You light the lamp of revealing. You hold it up. Snowball's not there.
Oh. Where could she have gone? That's peculiar. She kind of. Can I make a religion check to figure out whether or not ghosts can leave the grounds? Like, if there's something specific about that?
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage on that.
Jesus.
Begitas.
Generally speaking, ghosts cannot leave a specific area which they are condemned to haunt. So, Jennifer is probably still on Baton Rance grounds.
Huh. I mean, maybe you and I could have a little look around, ask around, and see if we've heard any hide or hair of Jennifer.
That sounds like a plan.
Let's do some searching.
Get to it.
Cool. Investigation roll.
Okay.
Shall I do this one?
I'll do it if you give me advantage.
you gonna do it, baby.
Thanks, Dad!
Do it. Nice.
Oh boy. You spend a couple hours looking around asking if anyone has seen and or heard a terrifying ghost woman and her demon horse. Couple people say no, but then you hear some muffled screams head in that direction and see some people walking briskly out of the Noble Stoat.
Oh boy.
I start to briskly walk to the Noble Stoat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trevlon briskly follows.
You briskly
Brisky.
head into the Noble Stoat. A bunch of bar stools at the actual bar inside have been overturned, except for one right in the middle of them.
Jennifer?
you hear a loud sigh. Of all the damn times to figure out, I can't get drunk anymore. What the hell is this?
Oh no.
You seem to be having a bad day.
No, really, you don't say.
Do you want to talk about it?
What I want is a good drink, but apparently no. Just because I'm dead, I can't enjoy this. And the glass just overturns and pours onto the bar stool.
Oh dear.
Or maybe it's the fact that I don't have a head anymore. Whatever! And the glass just flings against the wall and shatters.
Jennifer, I appreciate that what has happened is horrible, to put it mildly. But people drink here. Let's talk. I understand that you're feeling real miserable right now, and maybe chatting with somebody might help.
People drink here, you say? You're saying I shouldn't, then? Huh? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not,
I'm simply saying that you shouldn't destroy the place. And I'm not trying to be rude, but...
What he's trying to say is that other people drink here, and...
Believe you me, shit goes down, this would not be high on my list of targets.
What brought you to here in the first place?
Oh, gee, I don't know. I spend a year of my life infiltrating this damn place, getting into the good graces of a murderer and a madman, so that I could get into his inner circle, shoot him in the head, cut off his damn head for good measure, throw him in the basement, lock him up with every damn sigil I could buy, borrow, or steal, put on several chains I also had to steal, then get my fucking head crushed like a vice, then wake up years later and someone opened the damn door and let him out!
It's a lot of bad things happening in succession, and this seems to be the pinnacle.
We needed his help, but we didn't know who else to go to.
We didn't, Momo. The point of the Momo.
I'll still talking.
We didn't open that. Yep, you shut up. We didn't need his
Another
help.
glass just floats into the air, shaking, and eventually just shatters in midair.
Jennifer, he kind of forced his help upon us.
He tends to do that to people, forcing himself upon them.
Yeah, he's gross and horrible. The reason that the door was opened, I'm pretty sure, was because of a demon. And, well, whatever power Baton Rants had, I don't think Baton Rants has it as much anymore. I think the demon took it, which is a whole other kettle of fish that we're going to have to deal with, but...
You better.
Yeah, we don't want Mr. Fox causing any trouble, which he more than he already has. And anyway. Can ghosts hurt each other?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it usually gets back to normal after a few minutes, but damn, it's some nice therapy when it's around!
So, you can hurt each other, but you can't necessarily kill each other then.
They're already dead.
What I mean to say is you can't, like...
Birdman gets it!
Right. Okay, I'm going to ask him... Jennifer, I would like you to listen to this question on the pretext that it's not about you, okay?
What?
How do you get rid of ghosts?
Exorcism, or you lay them to rest by fulfilling their last wishes, making them at peace, or whatever the hell.
Oh, God. Well, great. I presume that an exorcism is really difficult.
Oh, yeah. People die during it. A lot.
Great. So...
Can I roll religion? Like, what would I have to roll to see if I knew anything about performing an exorcism?
That would be a religion check, yes.
Okay, I was right. Yes. Okay. Where are you? There you are.
Nice.
Wow, pretty good rolls today.
Yeah!
Exorcism is a long, involved ritual that usually works against demons and the undead, though some have tried it against the Fae to mixed results. Basically, you're trying to impose your will on a spirit and force them out of the material plane. It is very difficult, because spirits usually have very strong wills and or a desire to murder you. It also takes a very long time, during which, if proper precautions are not placed, and usually they're not, or the spirit is trying to interfere with those too, if those proper precautions are not in place, they will be attacking you the whole time you're trying to exorcise them.
I relay this information to Trevlon and Jennifer.
Great. I was just thinking, Baton Rance, after he had a little chat with us, he told us about how he wishes this place to become more fortified, and then he mentioned something more. He mentioned that he would want something of us. Jennifer, do you know what that might be?
I know that it's not good and he deserves to be in the 9 hells.
I got that impression. Oh, great. This is not good for either situation. Either way is bad. Either way, either we to get him out of our hair, we either have to A, do something terrible on his behalf, or B, try and do that to him and possibly get killed. This is going to be fun when the time comes. Oh my god.
If worse comes to worse, I could study on how to perform exorcism and try it. That's the worst kind. That's the worst of the worst. But in the
We should keep
meantime, just in case, I will read up on it if need be.
I really think that would be a good idea on the off chance that things escalate with him.
Okay.
Might try reading it somewhere that's not here.
Good call.
Yeah. The libraries, you can take books from the library, you can rent them, and bring them back. So
That's true. Quintus
Before we-
is very kind about that.
before we leave to the City of Shimmering Lights, take one.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
but what is Shimmering Lights, Jennifer?
Alex, we do not speak words in this show. We only think what we
Your
mean.
time has run out with the brain cell.
Yeah. Not my brain cell anymore. That's
Yeah, I'm not
You cut out.
giving it to JoJo.
It's my turn!
I'm giving
Scott
it
and
to
JoJo can just
Your
have it.
turn is over.
Okay.
I was doing so good with it. Anyway,
Oh.
we don't want Baton Rance doing anything bad. So
We'll do everything we can.
yeah. Before I forget, Alex, can Travlon roll Arcana to figure out if there's any way to make a ghost drunk?
Dealing with the undead is religion.
Can I help with
Yeah,
that?
Yep. Can we get a drunk ghost? Yeah. Oh well, probably not though.
Probably not.
Maybe if you kill a bottle of booze.
Drink the whole thing and then toss it to her.
That would be a combination of littering and also getting me.
Yeah.
I would die.
All right. Kill yourself
die.
and then vomit directly into her head stump.
Like a mother bird giving to her child.
No heart.
Trevlon, shut face.
You also have to keep in mind she doesn't have a head, so you just be guessing on where to put it.
Into
Put
the
a
neck
funnel
hole.
in it.
Into the neck hole.
Put a funnel in the neck hole.
Now, this is why Fallen Empires is the best stream.
Yeah, man.
Trevlon, finishing contemplating whether or not it's possible to get a ghost drunk size, and looks to Jennifer and says, if you need somebody to talk to about all this stuff, we're open. And I know that the Noble Stoat is, well, they don't do ghost beers, but I'm sure they'll keep you company, the people here. Just... maybe we should set this place back to a nice state before they come back.
I'll assist in that.
All right. Jennifer grunts, and you slowly start putting bar stools back up. A couple of them float and flip up of their own volition back into place.
Jennifer, can I ask you a favor?
What?
Could you keep a bead on what Battenrance is up to as he's about the ground?
I mean, I would love to. Most of that would be keeping a bead on him so I can shoot him if he tries anything funny, like, existing.
Well, that'd be... well, generally speaking, that's perfectly fine. You can bother the hell out of him all you like, but if he's doing something secretly or trying to do something stealthily, tell us.
Stealth ain't that guy's forte.
Right, fair. If he's doing anything crazy that is going to affect the whole grounds, let us know.
All right.
We'll make sure that it's
take care of
sorted. Yeah.
Cool. All right. There's a bit of silence, and you hear, "God damn it, I keep forgetting you can't see me nod."
You know what? The sentiment's there. We can hear the nodding.
It's the thought that counts.
All right.
It is.
And then you feel a cold whoosh walk right by you towards the direction of a wall.
You know, part of me wonders if it would be fun to be a ghost just to do that to someone I dislike constantly. Like, I can just imagine...
Time.
Oh, I would be dead. That would be bad. I would agree with you there. Still, just imagine Lionbelly and me in his mansion, and he constantly feels a cold chill, and the words of me going, "Sublime," just constantly.
You're cruel, Treblon, you know that?
I can be cruel. You know what? I am usually not a particularly cruel person, but if Lionbelly's involved, I will roast his shit. And that's fine.
Roast.
Roast.
Man, roast sounds really good. I'm actually hungry.
Let's go eat something.
Yes, plan.
All right.
Good plan.
So, Malifane. Apples? Question mark?
Question mark?
Apples, Alex. Period.
Okay.
No dialogue, but Malifane is just on the side of the... just going up to whatever tree stumps there are and placing an apple on there. That's all you need to know.
Apples. Nice. Cool.
Apple.
Okay.
Apples are now probably going to be at the crop farm. And
I'm sure this will not...
Cool. Corellian, you're overseeing the house construction passes by without incident. I rolled to see if any random encounters happened for both of you guys. None of them did. So, congratulations, it is dinner time.
Woo! Woo!
Yay.
Well, how was everyone else's day?
Eventful.
Well, yeah, Trev, that's me. Man, I'm tired. Jennifer kind of wrecked shop in the bar. That was great.
We took care of it.
We asked her to keep a beat on Bat.
I'm going to take a guess and say it's...
Say what?
You may have cut out.
I'm going to take a guess and assume it has some...
No! God damn it! God damn it, Internet!
Again!
Slowly.
You know what? Hang the fuck on.
Okay. Oh. Try again. Go.
Alright. I'm going...
Oh,
Why?
How? You got 2 words in.
How? That's a record!
Talking.
Okay.
Cutting out? Am I cutting
No,
out? Am I
you're
cutting
good.
out?
You're
Good,
fine.
good.
One more.
It's Lord and Master, air quotes, massive air quotes. Here we go. Cool. I said something. Implying of Baton Rants is that thing.
Yes.
Cool. I'm done now.
Okay.
Trevelyan nods and says, "Yes, Baton Rance is the thing. We've asked her to keep a bead on her and make sure that if he's doing anything, basically anything, she'll let us know. And I guess we're going to be figuring out how to make ghosts okay and go to a better place. But that's another story."
Make ghosts.
If worse comes to worse, I'm going to research on how to perform exorcism.
Exorcisms.
Yeah, don't say it too loud. We don't want Baton Rance to,
Exorcism.
I don't think I'm physically capable of going much louder than this. At least, not normally, anyways.
Fair enough. Anyway, that's a plan. If whatever Baton Rance decides to ask us is interesting. So, that's a plan. But, in the meantime, is tomorrow the day that Kailani's popping off to the City of Shimmering Lights?
He mentioned that he would tell us before he would go, but he didn't specify a day, as far as I'm aware.
Fair enough.
Whatever
Right.
opportunity we can find to tag along.
Yeah. First time, if we ever get if he says, "Yep, I'm going to the City of Shimmering Lights," we go. Okay?
Agreed.
Right. In the meantime, I'm gonna write basically the day's events into this thing, and Trevelyan pulls out the tome. And yeah. Momo, you've got some books to take out, and Mal, I presume you've got some reading to do on Nereid and Merrow, essentially.
Right.
I might take a look at that.
I'll be off to the library if anyone needs.
As Momo leaves the table, Malifane... just a slight side-eye and a smile.
Mama kind of like cocks an eyebrow. He's clueless.
I'll be there.
There is some things that are happening there, Mal. You have been ominous all evening. I demand you tell us what's happening.
Apples.
I was going to say, if you were going to say apples, I would scream. And yet you have said it. You have said it, and be warned, sir.
Said it. Are you proud of me?
No, be warned.
Given us the most impressive
I am terribly
non-answer.
sorry.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And also, you know what else is impressive? The skin that I'm going to take from you. Because I'm going to skin. It'll happen. You just don't know when.
That way. Would you like to go another round of sparring?
No?
I don't know, maybe we should spar next time, Malifane.
I'd be interested.
Ooh, I'd like that. Oh, that would be the battle of the century. And I am going to not pass out right now. I need to write this thing.
You take care of yourself, Trevelyan.
I will try.
Actually, quick question. Is Kailani usually still awake at this time or not?
Kailani's usually still awake. He keeps normal person hours.
Okay, cool. I was just probably gonna stop by and ask him if he's heard from the City of Shimmering Lights. That's...
Alright. I will tell you right now, his answer is not yet.
Awesome.
Rats.
Alright.
I love that.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should go... This is at breaking character. I'm wondering if I should go to the library or not. Just mainly just because I'm wondering if we'll have enough time to do the thing. I'll save it for the day after.
Okay.
Just in case.
Alright. In that case, yeah, since we're saving library research for the day after, I will say that night falls, and Momo and Malifane, two of you meet up.
So Malifane knocks on Momo's door.
It's open.
Good morning. Momo? Momo, wake up.
No? What time is it?
Hey, It's just before sunrise.
Is everything okay? Are we leaving or something?
Technically speaking. But you still have that bow, right? It's time to get some training done.
Oh, right, the bow. Wait, but now it's so early.
I know. I guess I just figured the more that we can get in, the better off that we'll be. I initially thought about doing it later in the evening, but I didn't exactly want to exhaust you, let alone wake up Ari again.
Well, that makes sense. I'll probably start getting a better sleep schedule too. This is going to be a constant thing. I don't know how much longer I can be woken up by construction.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Though I admit there have been a few times lately where I think I may have actually been getting some sleep through the noise. Maybe we're getting used to it?
I wouldn't be surprised. So, when do we start?
Well, we have enough light to get going right now. Grab the bow, okay?
Oh, alright. Momo jumps up and grabs the bow from his satchel.
Alright. I know a spot just on the edge of the forest. It's perfect for target practice. Let's get going.
Alright. He gets ready and they head off.
Cool.
So... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, cool, you guys are now at the forest.
Yay!
Right. So, by the time we get to the forest, there are a couple different, I mentioned, the tree stumps that I mentioned on the edge just have a bunch of apples set on top of them, perfect for target practice. Well, this is the spot. What do you think?
Apples. And he points at the apples and starts nodding.
I understand. Alright.
Did I ever tell you about how I learned how to use a bow?
No, I was actually going to ask about that.
It was Quintessa. Her parents were actually soldiers. Her mother taught her how to use a bow, and, well, I learned from her. It took a while to learn how to do it myself. But I guess passing it on from one person to another.
Maybe I could teach someone one day.
First, we have to get you to that stage.
Fine. Where do we start?
Right. Alright. See that one right there?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's start with a slow Let's start slow. You're going to want to stand upright. Place your feet right about there, at shoulder's width, like this.
Like this?
Sort of. Try to keep yourself more relaxed. You're going to want to be more alert to your target, but you also want to be more comfortable enough that you can keep shooting if you need to. Try moving your arms up like this.
Like, this?
There you go. Right on point.
Okay. What's next?
Alright. So, next you're going to want to take 3 of your Right. You're going to want to lightly hold onto the string of the bow, like this. Try to keep the arrow straight. Then point your bow towards your target.
Like this?
Just right. Then, you're going to want to pull back on the drawstring. Aim, and... Oof. Well, it takes practice. I can't exactly say I get all of my shots.
Momo pulls back the drawstring, just a little, and the arrow turns a bit to the left. Is that normal?
Not quite. But I mean, don't worry. It's rare that anyone would actually get it right on the first try, you know?
Right.
Try again.
Okay. He pulls back and, there's obviously some, strain, because this is this is tight.
Easy.
This is harder than it looks!
Easy. I know you're trying. It's going to take some time, though. a lot of... You know that nothing happens overnight, unfortunately. I mean, it didn't take long for Quintessa to learn it, but, I mean, for me, it took several weeks. Actually, if you don't mind me asking, do you remember learning magic for the first time? What was that like?
Oh, well, it was back in my monastery. First thing I learned how to do was cure wounds. It took a while to learn how to do it, but, I got a cut on my finger, and I just did it one day. And Marias was so proud of me. It took about a week to learn, I think. I was very small. About a toddler.
I can only imagine the smile on his face.
I can...
Did you...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Did he have any particular pointers for you?
Well, have patience, work hard at it, and don't stress about it.
Those are wise words for a mentor. I think
Wise
a good
words
way
for
to...
anyone.
I think a good way to think about it is, well, actually, not think about it, or rather, don't overthink it. It's... Shooting a bow isn't exactly the same as casting a fireball. It's kind of just drawing the bow and getting on the target and firing. You'll make mistakes, but once you do get it, it's going to be the most satisfying feeling.
Okay.
I have an idea. Do you know what your dominant eye is?
My left eye.
Try closing your right eye when you shoot. Let's see if that helps.
Okay. He pulls back the drawstring with all of his strength, closes his right eye, aims for the apple, and releases.
That's a d20.
Yeah, I don't have the bow in my inventory.
Oh, okay.
I'll drag you in here in a second.
Thank you!
I will say, though, your dexterity mod is 0 and your proficiency is 4, so that is also a 10. Your arrow hits the exact same arrow that Mel shot.
Huh.
Well, that's something, right?
Certainly. That's actually probably more difficult than hitting the apple. You might be actually getting something there. You just gotta keep at it, Momo.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. Just aim and shoot.
Okay.
Aim.
Alright. He pulls back again, and...
Nail it.
I got a 9.
Let me help you with that. Just take advantage on the next one.
Okay.
Alright, just let me hold your arms right there.
Like this?
Right there. Alright, just pull back. And...
I did it!
There you go! You did it! Nice! Like I said, it's gonna take time, but once you hit that apple, it's going to feel like the best thing in the world.
I could get used to this.
That's what Quintessa said.
Really?
Well, that's what I said to Quintessa, rather. We'll keep doing this. We'll keep doing this every so often until you get it.
Thanks, Mal.
Absolutely. And hey, happy to help.
Momo, smiles. And it's a smile that he hasn't smiled in a minute.
Just in a minute.
No, like a hot minute. Listen, it's a smile that he hasn't smiled in a while. I was trying to be thematical and cinematic. Butthead.
Alright, let's... just a segue to the next scene. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go for that one over there.
Okay. And to keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it.
You keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was freaking adorable.
Correct.
Momo, you get inspiration.
Oh, we spent a good hour and a half scripting this.
Nice.
Good job.
Yay!
All right.
High five, Joj.
That was perfectly in sync on my end.
You spend some
Very
time
nice.
shooting and/or trying to shoot more apples. Success, I'll leave that to you to decide how well you did. And you head back for some rest. An hour later, donk, 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 donk. It's construction noises.
Ah, my sweet lullaby. She returned.
Well, me and Mal are already at the table waiting for Be Fast.
Yeah.
You two are up early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've been busy.
Trevlon squints at the two of them and then says, apples?
Apples.
Apples.
Oh god. There's two of them now.
I don't even want to know at this point.
Yeah, it's probably like we summoned an eldritch demon. Ooh, oh, I've done it once. It's
I
not
am
that
Apolox, Lord of Gluttony. All shall be devoured within my Leviathan gut.
His head is shaped like an apple.
That's great.
Momo kind of like reaches into the satchel that he brought with him, pulls out an arrow with an apple through it.
Malifane
Oh, I
smiles
do
and
actually-
says, apples.
Apples.
I do understand now. Right. Oh, you can shoot a bow. Nice.
More or less. I'm learning.
Well,
All in
learning
due time.
is all in due time. Is Bert on the table yet, by the way?
Bird
Well,
eventually
on
comes.
the table, but
Hey!
Leave him alone!
Bird eventually does come down and eat some breakfast.
Oh, Bert, I was wondering if I could ask you to possibly write down an order. I had a thought.
Yeah?
It's come to my attention we don't really have a mail room of any sort, and we don't have anybody who can send mail off to certain places. I think that's going to be useful.
That is a good point.
Yeah, we could try making a contract with the mail delivering guild.
How much would you expect that would be?
I would say bare minimum would be around 2,000 gold.
Oh!
Guilds are expensive, my dude.
They are, right. Oh god, that's even more than the journalism guild. Wait, is the journalism guild cheap? Oh no. Is this my life? Anyway, I shouldn't be overthinking this. I can... Hell, I can put 100 platinum forward. I really think this would be wise.
I agree.
Let me take a look at what I have. I could probably put 1,000 forward.
I don't really have a lot, but I can at least put the last of my, about 100.
100 platinum and 1,000 from Mal would cover it.
Yay!
So, that's great, 100 plat... So wait, is it me and Mal that are doing this?
I
Then?
heard you first and then Mal. If you want to spend 100
Breaking
platinum on other things, Momo, there's plenty of options.
Yeah, breaking character, I still have my 400 platinum, so...
Jesus Christ!
How did you
need
do
to
that?
fucking spend money!
The answer is Thavagat.
Trevlon hawks over 100 platinum and looks at Mal.
What? I have to save money. Money for Mom.
I understand that. I mean, fair enough. Okay, I put 100...
Medicine is expensive.
Yes, fair. That's a lot of money you have. How do you have that? Never mind. I think I'm just doing this because I'm insecure. But that's okay. We can all be insecure sometimes.
Raises an eyebrow.
I am fine. And I'm... It's my own fault, I recognize. And that's the end of that story.
Fair point. Anywho.
Anywho, you all finished breakfast. It is sausage And as you all start to head out, Kailani heads downstairs and waves. Oh, good morning. I hope you all had a very pleasant sleep.
We slept.
Bad.
Well, at least there was some sleep involved. Carillion wanted me to let you all know when I was going to be heading out to the City of Shimmering Lights. I just got word that, yes, I am needed there, so I'm going to be heading out very soon, actually.
Oh, damn.
Like,
What's your estimated time of departure?
A few hours at the most, honestly.
few hours?
Yeah, it was very urgent, the letter I got. Very strongly worded.
Oh.
Care to share?
Not really. Looks over at Momo. I don't think it's the sort of language that really should get passed around that easily.
Trevlon puts two hands over Momo's ears and then nods at Kailani, meaningful.
Momo, like, blinks.
Could Malifane ask what the script is, because then he could just translate it?
It is written in Aquan.
Okay, that helps.
And basically it says, "Listen, you dumb bastard. When the High Priestess calls for all priests to be on deck, that does not mean you ask, are you sure? This means you go now if you want any chance of seeing your dear queen again." It
Now
doesn't
it
look
looks
like it was phrased in the way that she is threatening to kill Queen Arista. More like, fine, you wanna go over here back home? That'll only happen if you fucking listen right now, dipshit!
Mal looks the script over pupilly and basically just gives the brief summary of it without the colorful language.
Man. Well, that's concerning. Certainly things have just about ramped up pretty quickly.
Yes, I would say
Kailani
that...
would be happy to...
I would say that Gwenamir is in a rather bad mood, given this letter.
She seems to be always in a bad mood, though.
Fair.
Well, we're planning on heading out that way anyway, so if you would like an escort, we'd be more than happy to travel with you.
I would certainly appreciate the company.
I need to grab a couple things from the library first, but I should be ready by the time we're ready.
Cool. All right.
We have a few hours then.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna take a quick look at the book in the library about this. Well, he just gives a side eye to everyone. That thing.
Yeah, go kiss your fiance. We get it.
Do the thing.
I wasn't quite.
Just
Okay.
letting you know,
Yeah.
I am ordained, so if and when you ever decide to, finish the engagement, offers up Kailani.
Yes, right, quite. Okay, thank you.
She is your fiance, right? That's
How
the
long
thing.
have you two been engaged?
I'll see you guys.
All right, but once this civil war is over, you're marrying that woman.
Trust me, you should do it.
Agreed.
Come on, Mal.
All right.
Mal, you immediately turn on your heel and head up with Momo up to the library.
Whee!
Apples!
Apples!
I will be disappointed if that's not the name of this episode. Apples.
All right.
Okay.
You are at the library. Quintessa looks up, quirks an eyebrow at you, Malifane. Normally I'm the one who doesn't get enough sleep.
Come on, you know what he's going to say.
I do.
Malifane raises an eyebrow, smiles, and looks at Momo, looks back to her and says, "Apples."
Apples, she says, nodding with understanding.
Her.
Momo grabs some books about exorcism, necromancy, and knowledge of the undead, if there are any.
You have books on necromancy.
Okay.
Still,
Do we have any about exorcism or like
cleric-like abilities?
The specific types of books you have here in the library are the entire works of Gisper Zimmer, The Races of Irion, books on sunken cities, the complete works of Geisel, books on necromancy, and druidic texts. You do not have books like about the nature of the undead specifically, more like the magic behind raising them.
Ah, I see.
Necromancy is not particularly concerned with making undead go away, unfortunately.
I see. Maybe there'll be some at the library of the City of Shimmering Lights.
Still keen on dabbling in the darkness, huh?
Symphony, don't, I'll explain it some other time.
If you're sure. Again, I harbor no ill will towards it. You've established this to me before.
Yeah. But, he grabs the books about, there aren't really any books about exorcism, so he's gonna wait to find some, if there are any, at the City of Shimmering Lights.
Cool. Alright. You head down, catch back up with Corellian and Trevlon.
Alright. We have the book on, well, whatever this is, as well as some other stuff that Momo picked up, so I think we're good to go.
Okay. Well, let's go to meet some friends.
Alright.
Yeah.
You head outside and notice a lot more workers, not necessarily construction workers, than you saw before. You follow the path where they look to be heading, and you see that built at the waterfront towards the back of Battenrant's Hall is a set of docks. This is what Nalur Nulad was working on while you guys were doing your thing.
Oh, damn. That's a thing now, huh?
You got docks. Ships can go here now.
Yay!
Happy noise.
Kailani, do you expect there would be any ships that are going to the City of Shimmering Light?
Generally speaking, I would say no. Like, then again, considering I can swim, ships aren't exactly a thing I pay much attention to. Because, like, no need for me to use them and all that.
That's very, very fair. You know what? We'll check those out when we return. Let's just do the trek on foot for now.
Good call.
Alright. You head out into the wilderness.
Here we go. Woo.
Into the water.
God, don't even bring that back to me.
Into the woods and out of the
Stop!
woods and home before dark. Oh wait, no, we're going to be going through 7 days. We're not going to get home before dark.
The morning passes without incident.
Yeah.
Early afternoon passes without incident.
Nice.
Late afternoon, random encounter time. Oh boy!
Ooh.
Oh, baby.
Oh baby, a triple.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby, a triple!
A triple?
Ooh, baby, a triple.
Oh, I don't like the way you said that.
Alright.
Scoop.
There is a very large crossbow bolt lying broken on the road ahead of you. When I say very large, I mean it is about the size of a man.
Whoa.
Oh.
Jesus, holy cow. Whose does that belong to?
Mal, what can you see or hear?
Yeah, I'd like to see if there... Can I roll perception to see if there was anyone nearby or...
Yeah,
anything of that
absolutely.
nature? Thank you. Oh.
Looks clear to you!
Wow!
Could I possibly give Mal some...
Oh, okay.
Can I give Mal some help?
Sure.
Can I also?
Thank you. Well, I mean, I'm already getting
the one-
assistance, so...
the one help is enough.
All right.
Unless it's another 12, in which case we... Okay,
Hey!
That's much
reverse
better.
numbers.
I take a second log.
Okay. After looking at the crossbow bolt and thinking, yeah, that's not going to hurt us, it's broken, you start to walk off, but then go, wait a minute, and take another look around. Anything that could fire such a large crossbow bolt would not necessarily be very stealthy. So you're very sure that if it is still around, it is long gone from the area.
Jesus. What kind of weapon shoots man-sized bolts like that?
Maybe a really big ballista.
I was thinking that myself.
Can I roll history to figure out if there's anybody, any people in particular who you would use weapons like?
Actually, yeah, I was thinking that myself, like a creature who would use...
Sure, yeah.
Take advantage from the anthropologist.
Oh boy, baby. Oh, it's a 19.
I mean...
Across the board.
I need to Google something really quick so I know I am not making up the math.
I'm allergic to bullshit, so don't pull some bullshit!
Okay. Ballista bolts are like 4 to 6 feet long, and it is probable that, like, a ballista of some kind fired this. You don't see any signs of siege weaponry around here.
I think it might. Do giants have weapons that are that big just to hand?
You
Are
rolled a
there
19
giants
on
in
history.
Arion?
Roll what?
You rolled a 19 in history, so shrug.
Shrug.
Wait, are there giants in Erie?
There are giants in
Uh,
the sky.
Kailani, as you mentioned, are there giants in Irion? Slowly nods and looks wistfully at the sky, probably thinking of Queen Arista.
Oh, Kailani.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted.
I'm going to assume that means, technically speaking.
Technically speaking, yes. There are very large people who live in Arion.
Can Trevon roll survival to see if there are any footprints around here?
Absolutely.
Whatcha?
There are not. This is a cobblestone road. There are no real footprint tracks on here.
I say we keep moving forward, but we move sharpish.
Okay.
I'll keep a sharp eye out then.
Great.
Cool.
I'd like to take to the road a bit more cautiously.
All right. You cautiously head down the road. Evening passes without incident, and you settle down to make camp.
I'll take first watch.
I'll
just
take
in
second.
case.
Musk and I can take third.
Oh, sleep? Don't mind if I do.
You're iconic, Trevelon.
I try.
Since when do you sleep?
When the opportunity presents, listen, all we've been doing this day has been walking and seeing a ballista bolt. I don't need to write crazy amounts for the tome for this. I can just relax. And that's great.
Then
Just
do
poking a
so.
little fun, don't mind me.
Just relax, guys.
All right. You are high on edge, Malifane, after seeing a ballista bolt or possibly just a very large crossbow bolt in the road. So you have a very careful look around. Your watch passes without incident.
All right. Good.
My turn.
All right. Momo, you flutter up and get settled on watch, take a look around. You don't particularly see anything of note.
Okay. Your turn.
All right. With
the two pairs of eyes of Corellian and Mosca looking around, making sure that nothing sinister is afoot. The most interesting thing that happens is Mosca deciding that this particular patch of sand and grass is a great patch to roll in.
Oh,
She's right, you know.
bless.
Mhm.
She's such a good girl. I love her.
Yes.
I'll have to brush her out later.
I
Oh,
would
frick,
like to-
sand in that coat! Oh,
I
no!
don't like sand.
I mean, oh no, an excuse to pet my stoat more.
Oh, no!
Oh, but
Moss, and
unfortunate.
it's rough and it's irritating. And oh, good, a stoat.
Alright. The morning comes. Kailani gets up with a yawn, and looking around. Well, if we're particularly fast, we could make it to the city by nightfall, so that's something to look forward to.
You all think we want to take it fast, or
I see no reason not to.
Let's leg it, fellas.
After all, it's Kalani's head on a plate if we don't.
I'd prefer not to phrase it like that.
Sorry.
Alright.
hey, you? Time to speed up.
Time to speed up! Early morning. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Passes without incident. Late morning, as I roll for that random encounter. Ooh! Something happens!
Oh,
Scrolling through my very, very long random encounters, roadside encounters list. Okay.
roadside random encounter.
Okay, so as morning starts fading into the afternoon, it starts raining very, very hard. You get up to a riverbank where there was a bridge. Is the key word here.
Wait, repeat that. I'm sorry.
It starts raining very, very hard, and you get to a riverbank where last time you went to the City of Shimmering Lights, there was a bridge. It is gone now. It looks to have been washed away.
Oh, was this from natural causes, or
Looks to have been actually, yeah. Make a nature check. It's a very easy
boy.
one. So
curse is the one intelligence skill that I don't have proficiency in? Oh dear. Okay, nature. Oh, okay.
yeah, this was natural causes. It's just very, very rainy. Looks like it also could have been knocked out by the thunderstorm that was raging when you were in Port Mirandu last.
I can try and fly over and see if there are any alternatives, like alternative routes.
And I can swim just fine, so I can go with you.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, us land dwellers will just sit here and be wet. And that's
Okay.
Mal's about to speak up saying he could probably swim, but then he stops himself thinking to himself, no, you can't.
Good choice.
Wow, it must suck to not have scales.
All right.
Does he say? Do they say that out loud? or-
Yes.
Hmm.
Cool. Kailani dives under and Momo flies over the river. A few seconds later, they pop back over to the other side. Momo, make an investigation check with advantage because Kailani's helping you.
Yay! Okay.
All right. It takes you a couple of minutes, but there is a fallen tree nearby that looks long enough, if it's held down and not washed away, to serve as a makeshift bridge.
Alex, the trees have fallen, Alex.
Great. Now, how do we exactly get it over there? I'm not exactly the best at lifting things.
Hold on. Corellian
Wait a
will
sec-
sort of like get up and like sort of shift some of the water off their plate armor and go over to the bank. And I presume the river is not more than 30 feet across.
It is not. This is like a quick fording over.
All right. Krelling's just gonna Misty Step over.
Hold on, wait. Oh,
Well,
I was gonna help him with strength things before it.
But you have to
Well,
be on
Rip,
this
it's
side.
You have to be on the side with the tree.
I know, which is why he's missed. I was sad that he Misty stepped.
I appreciate you. Sorry, I am gonna go touch. I'm gonna go with the tree now.
nothing personnel, kids.
All right, cool. So, Corellian, make an athletics check. You've got advantage because the two not muscular boys are enough to provide actual advantage. Cool.
There we go.
Yay!
Nice.
You don't have that much trouble rolling the tree around, pushing it into the river, and just like holding it down so that it should be a simple act of balancing for Malifane and Chevlon to get across. I'm gonna need the two of you to make acrobatics checks to do so.
Alrighty.
Oh, boy.
Acrobatics. Would you
Wait a
go
minute.
first, or should I?
Well, I have a question. Can enhance ability be used on myself?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, let's look at what the spell card says.
You touch a creature and bestow upon it magical enchantment.
Okay.
Amps ability survey says.
Yeah, range touch.
Touch. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can do it on yourself.
Oh,
You can touch yourself.
Scotland,
I've never
Scotland.
heard that one
Sweet.
before.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't want anybody else.
I'm also
I
going
see
to
what
cast.
you're about.
I'm going to cast this at level 3 to make it something for both Scott and I.
Scott? I'm in this game.
Malifin
Yeah.
and I. I'm going to
Yeah.
give us.
Game where we're all
Your
ourselves.
dread eldritch knowledge has let you see beyond the veil. Cool.
Yeah.
You
I'm going to give us
cast
Cat's Grace.
Cat's Grace. You hear a soft "Wow" fill the air
Perfect.
in your head, and you feel very, very nimble.
Right. What was it again, Alex?
Acrobatics.
Would this be with disadvantage or advantage? What are we going with? Just
Cat's
normal?
Grace gives you advantage.
Oh yeah. It's just that it said dexterity checks. I forgot that involved skill.
That is an
as well.
acrobatics check.
I am dumb. Cease.
It's not your turn on the brakes.
I am dumb.
Chevlon, you
Jeez.
get across just fine.
Did it?
Brain cell sometimes.
You didn't
man,
even
come
need
on.
that advantage,
It's not your
Relevant.
turn with the brain cell.
You just
It's
go
always
across.
been your turn.
I'm sorry. What was that, Alex?
You don't even need the advantage. You just go across Malifane, no problem. Right. Well, glad we got that sorted out. I would say sorry for the rain. I probably could have predicted the weather last night. It just didn't occur to me.
It's okay.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
All right. Onward then.
Onward then.
Okay. The early afternoon passes without incident. The late
Yay.
afternoon passes without incident. And does anything happen right before you get to the city? No. You
Before
arrive.
We do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Malifane sort of just gives this slight eye, like this, looks to the group and then just sort of gives this eye motion to Kailani just to say, so are we going to tell him or ask him or?
Oh yeah. Before we do that, actually, I just want to ask one quick question. Does when we're walking, would you say that we've had taken a short rest in the time that we've been going, or
Every
How would you
time that night passes after watch, that's a long rest.
I was more meaning a short rest.
Short
A long
rest
rest
is
is better
obviously
than a
going to
short
be
rest.
shorter than a long rest, my dude.
I was wondering if it'd be possible to take one before we arrive. That's what I'm asking.
Unlikely, because you're on the move.
Well, that's fair. Travelon coughs, but tries to make it a polite cough, but it more turns into a bit of a sort of cough. And,
Are you okay? Did you catch a cold?
no, I'm fine. I was actually trying to get your attention for this. Okay. I'm trying so hard. It's really awkward.
You're doing good.
Kailani, we had a chat with our resident merfolk who recently came about. No, I can do this. I can do this.
Just let him do it.
Okay. Just let me work.
Did you figure out what was on her mind? She seemed pretty troubled.
She has preconceptions about Mero. About you.
Oh.
She told us that Mero, when they split from merfolk, worshipped the demon prince, and at the moment, y'all folk are worshipping the queen, and I guess she just has beliefs about Mero being untrustworthy, and I don't agree with them. I want to clarify them. I just wanted to ask you about that.
Kailani's ever-present shark tooth smile fades. He takes a deep breath. We don't worship Demogorgon anymore. I know that a lot of people, especially under the waters, don't trust Mero, but I for one have faith. I've always really had faith. You see, way back, even before the days of demons and gods and whatnot, there were elementals, and well, then of course gods came along to fight the elementals, form the world as it was. Among them was Panthalassa, goddess of the oceans. She was powerful, she was amazing, and she is no longer with us. She got sealed away somewhere deep in the elemental plane of water, but she had 50 children, the Nereid, demi-goddesses of the oceans and the seas, and, well, seeing one up close, seeing one so amazing, so powerful, so beautiful, it really gives a flash of, well, for lack of a better word, divine inspiration. I am not going to speak for all the rest of us. I'm just going to hope everyone believes, as I do, that there's something better out there than demons and madness and the like. And even if that is in my blood somewhere down the line, that's not all I am, is it?
Of course not.
No.
Absolutely not.
I had one more question. It'll be the last one I make on this. Ari mentioned that Queen Arista didn't start so big.
Oh,
what did she
yes.
mean by that?
Well, you see, the Nereid are, they are strong in spirit, but they do not have any particular bodies that are defined by anything other than water. When they manifest in our world, they do so by choosing one of us, basically, one of the seafaring races, blessing them with their beauty and their grace and whatnot. Arista, well, the person who used to be Arista was a lot more shy than what you'd see right now. Now it's mostly the Nereid in there.
She had a choice.
How long ago did that happen?
Oh, yeah. First, yeah. Corellian's question for.
That's got to be at least a century or so.
Sounds about right. You mentioned it was quite a long time ago. Hundreds, thousands of years.
My timeline is a little rusty, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't know specifics.
Of course.
The person who used to be Arista, Do you think she had a choice in that?
Oh, why would anyone choose not to be, why would anyone choose not to have a goddess take them over?
Well, I suppose it's just that. They cease to be. And I get it. You know, you're letting someone immensely powerful and good work through you, and maybe that sacrifice is enough, but I don't know. I don't think everyone has that level of selflessness.
Well, I mean, I certainly don't see it, but, I can't exactly magically change your opinion.
No, I don't want you to. And I am happy that... Kalani, I want you to know that I trust you. And I trust that you are a good person.
Ah, well, I appreciate that.
We're just...
Really on edge right now.
We have a terrible feeling about what might happen in the city of Shimmering Lights. We wanted to make sure that we know everything, basically.
We know who to go to, we know who to trust, and just want to know that if we're safe. And we feel safe with
if you stick with the Queen, High Priestess, and, well, I suppose a little bit myself and the rest of the priests there, then I'm sure you're going to be fine, whatever the kobolds are doing over there.
Thank you.
High Priestess, though?
Yes. She is the one who called me back, after all.
Is she still mad about last time we were there?
Don't... I can answer this one. I can answer this one for you, Corellian. When you make...
I know she's fucking mad at us.
I'm Kailani. That's many of those words.
Momo's the one who asked.
Yeah, did I sound like...
I was going to answer...
Breaking character.
Sorry, we're taking
okay?
the
Are you okay?
It's okay, I'm trying so hard.
You're doing good, you got this.
Here, have the brain cell.
Let him have a turn.
Trevelyan smiles and looks to Momo, and looks to Kalani and says, I'll answer that one. When you piss off a politician or someone in power, it is very rare that they don't hold a grudge. I mean, just look at me and Lionbelly. I write one little article about how he's probably a slave trader, and where am I now? He hates me.
I mean, I could see how you're in particular a little more infuriating than most, but...
Well, politicians, in my experience, don't... They nasty when they want to be, basically. So, let's just be on our toes, yeah?
Fuck. Can't wait to walk into the city as a kobold, where everyone is once more not on edge with the kobolds. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be okay.
I need a disguise or something.
Alright. Do you want to make any sort of plan, or are you just heading in tonight?
Let's make a plan. Let's make a plan for next episode.
Next episode, you'll figure out how the hell you're getting into the City of Shimmering Lights. We will see you all then, everybody. Bye-bye!
Bye!